And the first thing we have to cover in any diesel course is safety. Now, high pressure is an enemy of a technician if you have a leak of diesel fuel. So you see in this picture of a 5.9 Cummins off of a Dodge pickup, we've got an injector, we've got the transfer tube and so forth, connector tube, and any place along this system you could have a leak. And it's tempting to use your hand, as you do with all of the senses God gave us, to work on vehicles today, looking at sight, sound, and touch, smell, and feel. And you don't want to feel high pressure, because if you do, and it's a small enough stream between 1,500 and 2,000 atmospheres, or 22,500 to 30,000 psi, that can be a disaster. That can rip through your skin and you'll get blood poisoning from the diesel fuel. Same thing applies to GDI, which is one digit lower than that, 2,200 to 3,000 psi, but very, very, very hazardous nonetheless. So safety glasses and powering the system down, depleting the pressure so you can safely work on things, as well as gloves just for your skin for the normal use of chemicals and so forth on the vehicle. So we'll go ahead and get into the next safety tip we have on the list, and that's voltage. Now, some of these systems can be over 100 volts, and we know that 60 volts or greater DC can be injurious or even lethal. We know that from taking hybrid training classes. So if you work on hybrid vehicles, you should already have a set of these gloves. These gloves can be used on electrical systems around the shop or the house. They can be used on diesel FICMs, the outputs that come from the fuel injection control module to the injectors. Let's say you're probing, you're looking for an injector waveform, or on the hybrid. And the same care and testing that you would use on these class 0 1,000 volt gloves for hybrids, you would use for diesels as well. So that's actually something right out of the GM training manual on diesel engines, is using those type of gloves. So we don't want to get electrocuted, and we don't want to have our skin ripped apart by a leak of a fuel injector line or something like that, giving us blood poisoning. So be careful.